In this video, I'm going to show you how to make fondant sills and cherry envelope pies. So first you're going to need 2 pie crusts that are already pre-done and rolled. And this was actually my first time using a pie crust like this, and it was awesome that I didn't have to make it, and it tasted great. So you're just going to unroll it and set it down, and I went over it a couple times with my rolling pin to kind of smooth things out a little bit and just get it to the full size. I then used a 4" by 4" little paper as a guide and cut out little squares. If you had a cookie cutter, that would be amazing if you had a 4" by 4" one, but this worked just as well too. So you just need to cut the pie crust out to 4" by 4". So that's kind of what it looks like in the end. You're going to set it on your cookie sheet at a diagonal angle, and then you're going to put your pie filling in. So I just put it in the center, and I started out with not very much, and I'm going to add more here. So you're going to fold in the 2 sides and kind of press them together, and I did add a tiny bit more before I put that bottom portion up. And then I did kind of pinch the bottoms together a little bit. And so the other thing I wanted to show you, on a few of mine, my corners weren't totally like pointed. And so if you have that, just put one of those corners on the side, because you see when you fold it up, you can kind of hide it. So I can put that one on the bottom, the other one over it, and then you don't even know that it's not an exact corner. So I kind of pinch the bottom so then it's all ready to go. The last step is just putting a little bit of egg wash on, and I don't have a little brush. I am not a baking expert, so don't judge me on any of this baking, but it was super fun. The next step is doing the fondant. So I got the fondant out and I started rolling it, and it was starting to stick, so I got a little bit of powdered sugar and that seemed to help. And I just rolled out this fondant so it was about 1/8 of an inch thick. And then I used my knife and I just cut it into like 1" squares. Then I took my wax seal stamp that I had washed and cleaned, and I pressed it in, and it leaves this cute little impression. It's an original designed stamp from me, the Dove wax seal stamp, so that's in my shop. Then I just used the knife to go all the way around and just kind of trim it. And I'm not too worried about the angles here because I'm going to round it out with my fingers after. This seemed to work better than doing the circle first and then the stamp, at least for me. So I did it this way, and then I kind of rotated it around and used my fingers to kind of round it out and just like reshape it. And you could spend as much time as you want or don't want in this step, but I think that looks super cute. So the pies are done baking. You're going to notice I had a few that kind of came apart, which is fine. I'm still going to eat them. Next, I sprinkled a little bit of powdered sugar over the top, and then I took a little bit more of the pie filling and just put it on the top so it covers up all of the powdered sugar. And the last step is just going to be to add that fondant seal, and I'm just so happy with how they turned out. You can just set it, or you could use a little honey to attach it, but they're so fun. Definitely follow along for more wax seal holiday ideas.